This movie is for the black folks. And this is probably the first movie I have ever watched where I say, like, this movie is for black folks and people of color. Feel how you will about that? Oh well.
Okay, so let's talk about Hollywood. Let's talk about this movie that they put out, the American Society of Magical Negroes. So I was going to do a trailer reaction to this a couple of months ago. I didn't get around to it, but I'm going to talk about it now because it bombed. The movie crashed and burned immediately because they're talking about, oh, it's just satire. It's going to be funny. So if this was 1990, if this was even 2000, maybe we can say, okay, let's go see it. It's going to have some type of satire thing to it. We've seen these before. We've seen the Wayne brothers. We've seen David Allegre. We've seen Spike Lee them do satire back in the day, but we know how things are today. We know what the left-wing activists in Hollywood are doing, how they're trying to infiltrate movies with woke ideology. So we can take this seriously. Immediately, I say, oh, it's going to be some type of woke message, some type of left-wing ideology type message to this movie. And that's exactly what it was. The trailer pretty much showed the whole movie. And we're going to get to the trailer in a second. But let's just scroll through here. The American Society of Magical Negroes bombs at the box office. It's funny as hell now because all of these white reviewers and journalists, they get to just say the word Negroes over and over with no repercussions. Because guess what? They put it in the name of the movie. So they said they spent about $50 million total trying to push this movie. And look at this, man. $1.25 million? That is horrific. They're going to eventually blame this on racism. Oh, you didn't go see this movie because you're racist. So this is the star of the movie, Justice Smith. We're going to talk about him in a second. 65%. This is the big number right here because we got the reviewers. Even the Hollywood woke movie reviewers, they gave it a bad score. And oftentimes when you have a bunch of woke ideology, when you're trying to push a left-wing message, oftentimes they give it a high review and the audience gives it a low review, but you got bad reviews on both sides. And this score, if more people went to see this movie and rated it, it'll be way lower. But the fact is, most people didn't even see the movie. So the few people who were even duped into seeing this movie, they didn't like it. But I'm trying to tell you, if the masses went out and saw this, this would probably be like in single digits. One of the worst reviews of all time. Let's read about what the director said here. Because they got a lot of bad press. They released that ridiculous trailer and it pretty much turned off people immediately. And the director came out and said, look, man, don't judge a film by its trailer. Well, isn't that what the trailer is supposed to do? The trailer is supposed to attract people to go see the movie. It's supposed to give you a little piece of the movie, even though trailers nowadays, they pretty much show the whole movie, especially these lengthy 2-3 minute trailers. They show the whole damn movie, the whole plot. But he said, okay, our trailer was trash, but please come out and spend money and see more. So we made you suffer for 2 minutes with this trailer, but let's make you suffer for a couple hours now with the whole thing. So David Allegre, Justice Smith. A social media backlash was not the response that writer and director Kobe Levy and his cast expected when the trailer to his debut feature, The American Society of Magical Negroes, dropped back in December. Perhaps false assumptions best sums up. Oh, here we go. Here we go with the excuses. Maybe you just made a trash movie. How about that? Oh, no, the audience, they just didn't understand. It's not our fault. They just didn't know. Perhaps false assumptions best sum up some of the response, as in the case of one viewer who said they expected a Black Harry Potter adaptation and felt blindsided. Yeah, I can get that because a lot of people, like I said about the trailer, they show the whole plot. So a lot of people don't like watching a trailer. They'll go by the movie poster and maybe a couple of seconds of what the movie is about and a title, and they'll base it off of that because they don't want any spoilers. So people saw this and maybe they did think it was something Harry Potter like, but again, they should recognize it's 2024. So when you see a title like this, you have to know it's going to be some type of wokeness, some type of left-wing ideology, because again, remember, being black, it's synonymous with being Democrat, which is synonymous with being woke and pushing this left-wing ideology. If you look at what most of these black people, these celebrities, these black politicians, these black people in Hollywood, they try to say, oh, I'm pro-black, but when you really get down to what they're trying to push and what they're talking about, no, they're pro-Democrat. So when you see a name like that, oh, it's going to be some Democrat talking points immediately. Levy's film is instead a satire examining the magical Negro trope, a term Spike Lee is credited with coining decades ago, which nobody knows about, so stop trying to even put Spike Lee in it. We didn't make this up, Spike Lee did. to call out Hollywood's tendency to spotlight black characters and supporting the roles that cater to white main characters. Until recently, black satirical films were a relative rarity lie on Hollywood's biggest screen. We've seen plenty of those. Scary Movie, that's a big notable one right there. With writer and director Cord Jefferson grabbing an Oscar win for Best Screenplay Adaptation for American Fiction. That may change. In that regard, the American Society of Magical Negroes should be right on time. Actor Justice Smith of whatever these movies are stars as Aaron, a young visual artist who shrinks in the presence of white people and is recruited into the American Society of Magical Negroes by Roger, played by David Allen Greer, to hone his ability to make white people comfortable in order to keep black people from being harmed. You see that? And they put this in the trailer. In fact, we're going to look at this trailer real quick, because when you have lines like this, it pisses off your audience. Well, if white people aren't happy, black people are going to be harmed. But you push these offensive lines and you're trying to make these shots at people, trying to take shots at people, but at the same time saying, look, come spend your time watching this movie and spend your hard-earned money watching this movie and let us insult you. Pay us to insult you. So before we continue with this, let's just look at this trailer. Let's react to this trailer real quick. Is he black?
I know you can feel their discomfort, Aaron. Watching you walk through a room full of white people was the most painful thing I've ever seen.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I don't want to take you to a job interview. There's a recruiting class starting right now, and we got to get you in it.
Welcome to the American Society of Magical Negroes.
I don't really understand.
It's
Again,
easier said.
what the hell is this?
What's the most dangerous animal on the planet?
Shark.
White people.
Here
when
we
they
go.
feel uncomfortable. White people feeling uncomfortable precedes a lot of bad
See,
stuff for us.
good luck making
That's why
money
we fight white
when you say
discomfort
stuff like
every
this.
day. Because the happier they are, the safer we are.
And it's not like, for example, that Wayne Brothers movie, White Chicks, back in the day when they played the white girls and they were making fun of the white girl trope. See, things have changed. It's been 20 years and the country has gone so far left and wokeness is out of control. People are so offended by everything. You can't make a movie even like that today. White Chicks would be banned by the left today. They would cancel that movie. And they're trying to do the opposite. White Chicks was actually doing something satirical and funny, but here they're just trying to take shots. They're trying to say, yeah, these white people are horrific. They're treating us terribly. So you're not even being funny. You're just pushing racism.
The name needs a little updating, maybe like magical black people, or I guess that doesn't have the same ring.
You ready?
Oh, wow.
Your first client is a Jason Munn. His morale is far too low.
Hey.
Hey.
Darn it. I was hoping there was a station right next to him.
Oh, is this one spoken for?
No?
Yeah, it's actually fun and weirdly relaxing. It's like being a secret agent with none of the danger.
Hey, I'm Lizzie.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
She's great.
Yeah, she's cool.
You're kidding. Come on, man. She's...
All right. Yeah, that's enough of the trailer. So we see what's going to happen here. Obviously, it's showing us everything. Looks like the white boy, or I guess the Negro. What is he? What is this man? He's going to fall for a white girl. Anyways, I'm not really interested in finding out any more of this. But let's continue this. Aaron's assignment to play Buddy to Jason, a young white male tech professional, goes awry. However, he then starts to come into his own self-worth and falls for Lizzie. There we go. Who Jason also likes. This conversation around the expectation that black people are prioritizing white comfort over our own history and our own sense of self is an incredibly temporary problem, Libby told NBC News. That's happening politically in America right now. It's really not. A lot of these black people, they just have a inferiority complex, especially a lot of people on the left, a lot of people who look at everything through a lens of race. They feel inferior. So they're always looking at, oh, this white person, they got a problem with me. Oh, somebody did something to me because I'm black. Oh, people didn't come see my movie because I'm black. I didn't get hired at this job because I'm black. So they're looking at everything through race, and they're always thinking that white people are better than them. They always give a damn about what white people think. Most of these white people walking around, they're not even thinking about that. But these people are just stuck on it. They're always wondering, oh, the white man. Oh, what's the white man thinking? What's the white man doing? They don't like me because I'm black. But let's continue. And we're going to see some of why I say these people are just really Democrats. They're just pushing Democrat talking points. You see these laws being passed in places like Florida around what black history is taught that are literally saying that elements of black history, things that really happened in America, cannot be said out loud in the classroom if it makes white kids uncomfortable. So me covering this, what he said, this specific thing, that's an entirely different video. But they're trying to push, again, these Democrat talking points, these lies about what's going on in Florida. Oh, Ron DeSantis, he's racist. We need to boycott Florida. We should stop going there. I think it was the NAACP put out a warning to black people, even though they themselves go, the people in that organization, they go to Florida, talking about, oh, y'all shouldn't go to Florida. And even the NAACP has fallen off. They used to help black people a long time ago, but now they're just pro-Democrat. Smith's personal connection to the film made him eager to play Aaron. I grew up in a very white community. Here we go. And I am a people pleaser, and that is a terrible recipe, he said. And I had to go on an empowerment journey myself, similar to Aaron, and I knew that I could lend myself to the story. So he grew up in a very white community. This is who they picked to be the star of the American Society of Magical Negroes. They picked a white boy? Is he white? What is he? In fact, let's take a look at him real quick.
Probably better than my own family.
My bad. Wrong clip. Oh, here we go. So his mom is white. So, okay, he's half white, half black. This is who they picked. This guy, a guy who barely passes the paper bag test, a guy who's half black, I guess half black at best, to play this movie. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this movie is being very anti-white. Oh, white people, they make us feel uncomfortable. Oh, I couldn't be around white people because it was so terrible. I got nervous. Your mom white, bro. At least the actor. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. So that's a picture of another character that's in the movie. And let's read about some stuff that she said. Because, again, we're going to get an idea of what these people are about. The reaction at Sundance was amazing, he said. I remember mostly women, black women, coming over and telling me their story of enduring microaggressions and why they chose not to stand up and the guilt that they held. Addressing every single incident is impossible, Grish says. You have to pick your battles. If we react to every little microaggression, you ain't gonna make it to noon. So, again, who's the most loyal people? 95% of black women are extremely loyal to the Democrat Party. Black women, they love this movie. Women love this movie. Probably a bunch of single women. And mainly black women love it because, oh, look, it's putting us in the spotlight. We can talk about our microaggressions, how the white man is so bad, even though you picked a half-white man to play the part. But then again, y'all might like those types because Obama's one of them too. But that's a different story. White man is so terrible. Got the white man leading the movie. And you get to cry about your microaggressions. You get to complain and take shots at people. No wonder this movie was so trash. No wonder this movie did so terribly. And probably half of that $1.25 million they made, half of those were probably reviewers who went just to see it, take notes, and get on YouTube and laugh at it. But let me know what you guys think about this movie. Are you going to see it? Did you already see it? Is it on your radar? Are you going to wait to rent it later on if it's on streaming somewhere? Or you're just going to forget about this movie. After you watch this video today, this movie is just going to be erased from your mind. You'll never think about it again. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.